Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Joe Glass, comic book creator and writer, and today I'm going to talk about some of the books I've really enjoyed this week. First up, yes, I know I'm wearing the same shirt as Lawrence Chaney of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Lawrence is doing fantastic and clearly has excellent fashion sense, so what can I say? Of course I'm going to have the same top. But moving back on into the realm of comic books, I'm going to talk about some of the books I read this week and I really loved. Gotta admit, it was kind of a small week for me. I also haven't had much of a chance to do an awful lot of reading because I have been hands full with a new comic book Kickstarter called The Miracles, which is going to be a link in the bottom, so please read, follow the link, please support. I really need all the help I can get. Don't know why I did it like that. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, I really loved Far Sector. I believe it was issue 10, came out this week. It's one of the best books that DC are putting out right now. I'll be entirely honest. It is absolutely superb. It is taking the whole sort of Green Lantern mythos and making it actually confront the problematic elements of it in an interesting way that is informative, it's interesting, it's intriguing, there's mystery, there's actually cognizant cop drama involved, which is fantastic because it's not just propaganda, which is fantastic to see. And honestly, we need more of this. I really hope that after this limited series is finished, that the character doesn't just disappear, that they stick around. Certainly Future State seems to imply that that is definitely going to be the case, so very excited to see what happens with Joe Lane in the future. Top down, I would just say the team have done an excellent job. The writing is top notch. It's like some of the best writing out there. It's just the top notch best writing out there. This is one of the best science fiction comics I've read ever, and I've read a lot of science fiction comics. It's highly recommended from me. If you haven't been reading Far Sector, you have been missing out, so get on it immediately. Like I say, I can put links down below as ever to where you can find it online and where to find your local comic book shop, and obviously check out with them whether you can pick up from curbside or if you can get it delivered to you. But absolutely get as much of this as you can. You will not regret it. It is superb. Moving on, sticking with DC, however, I also picked up the second issue of Future State Wonder Woman. It's great. It's a fun read. I've definitely very much enjoyed it. The art is gorgeous. Joelle Jones's artwork just is stunning. There's no other way to describe it. It is so distinctly itself, but it really just makes it a joy to view. The colours are absolutely gorgeous throughout, so Georgia Belair again outshines again. The one aspect I would say is I'm still kind of a little lost in respect to the character. So far DC have really bigged her up as being like the Latin Wonder Woman and like the Amazon from the Amazon, and yet so far she seems distinctly American. There's been a recent interview out which it has revealed that actually the character is from Idaho. Obviously they are Latin identity, and that is great, and is still sort of definite a representation, but part of it kind of feels a little bit like before we saw what we were getting, I was kind of expecting something else. Not that this is a bad thing, this is still great. I just think it could have been done differently and to what I was expected. If not the story done differently, then maybe the way it was marketed should have been slightly different. They maybe should have been upfront that the character is American to begin with. But yeah, other than that, it's a great book. It's a great series. I'm very excited to see how the character continues. Obviously, the character has her own series now in Wonder Girl, which is starting, I want to say, May. Very intrigued to see how that goes. I think it would have been also interesting if they had included someone from Brazil in the creative team, because like I say, at least then you'd have an element of authenticity involved. Obviously you can't, given the comics industry as it is, you can't always get that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. So I kind of wish that had been done, but at the same time the character's kind of exciting. They're very much the moment, I think, and I'm really excited to see how things go in the future. This particular story, this particular issue was great. It was, the whole 2 issues of Future State Wonder Woman have been a fun little exercise and adventure for introducing the character. I just hope that we get a lot more in the near future, which, like I said, we are going to. In May there's going to be a whole series, so we're going to get more. I would love it if we could also get some involvement involvement from that community, even if they're just, you know, a sensitivity reader or someone just providing input, you know. It would just be great. I think it would benefit the character a bit more to have that. Like I said, this was a light week for me, so this is going to be a very short video. I'll probably just pad it out by just raving about this particular series because it is honestly one of the best books on the market right now. But yeah, the next one I read, and which I absolutely adored, was X Factor issue 7 by obviously Leah Williams, David Ballion, and the colours are by, once I get to the credits page, which is quite a ways in apparently. Yeah, colours by Israel Silva, which are fantastic. They work really, really well with David's line work in particular. So yeah, like this whole team is really putting out their best stuff. Joe Caramagna, who's doing the letters, like he's doing wonderful stuff. Like each of the characters have like interesting little ticks to their bubbles and everything. The artwork does interesting things with showing the different characters' power sets, like iBoy's ability to see different things is like visually presented in a way that has never been done before, and I think is really fantastic. So like it looks gorgeous, it reads gorgeous, and the story's powerful. The story is absolutely fantastic. I honestly can't rave about this book enough. It feels just a joy to read, not just because of the adventures happening and what's going on, the mystery in this particular issue surrounding Siren and also Polaris. It's also the fact that you get these very almost down-to-earth moments, these sort of, I don't want to say soap opera because that's not quite right, but like certainly like human drama elements, which are brilliant. Like it feels like you're seeing the everyday of these characters as well, like between the moments between Prodigy and Speed, and also like really sort of highlighting their relationship, which I think is wonderful, and just like I love seeing it, but also adding that interesting mystery as to what happened to Prodigy, which I think is going to be really interesting to see. It was just a lot of these character interactions which just feel so real that you just can't help but fall in love with the book, and I wish I could have it like every week. Like I kind of just want to be in this world constantly, and Leah has just done a tremendous job with it. I cannot commend her enough for this. It's one of the best written X books which is currently hitting the stands as part of the Krakowian era. Moreover, there's actually a really interesting element where it picks up on Age of X-Man, and it hints at something which is continuing to affect characters. But this particular event, which was a pretty big and huge event, is continuing to have like a devastating emotional impact on the characters, and in this particular issue it's North Star in particular, and it really kind of explains the way he's been acting since we've seen him in X Factor. Like I don't want to give away too many spoilers, I think because you all absolutely should read it, but honestly it's gorgeously done, and it's a brilliant way of tying in that bit of continuity which has not really been discussed much since the Krakowian era started. So it's really nice to see that that is still having an effect, and like that is being explored, and that we're not just forgetting about it. As I say, David's artwork is just gorgeous, superb. His way of having the characters' facial expression really sort of act out the scene is just brilliant. There's a whole scene between Prodigy and Tommy, Speed, but also like Speed and North Star, which is just like one of those things like I never thought I wanted to see that, but I really do. And it's so interesting because actually that scene in particular, and this again ties into how well written it is, as well as how well the characters are sort of acting out their emotions and their feelings in that moment, is the fact that it's essentially a boring discussion. It's two characters with a similar power set talking about their limits and like what they can do, and like, you know, what's their top speed. They're both speedsters, and like that in theory should be kind of dull. It's the mutant equivalent of what you lift, bruh. So like I'm really surprised that the way this is handled, it's really fascinating. I was like there, like I could listen to this conversation for days kind of thing, and I'm just like I love it. I love that there's a warmth to it. There's a heart in this book, which I think is really superb, which is also one of the other reasons why I think Polaris absolutely needs to stay in this book and not be in X-Men. Just my point of view. We'll find out how the vote went. Personally, I wanted Marrow. I don't think we're going to get Marrow. Why wouldn't you want Bony Lady? Bony Lady rocks. I think we're going to get Scream Daddy. I'm quite okay with Scream Daddy. Like, Scream Daddy hasn't had awesome stuff happening to him since Generation X. So frankly, bring me Banshee. Give me Banshee and give him some good story arcs, because that's just going to be great. You know, he's just not being killed or being a zombie or like various things. Just let him be Sean Cassidy again. Yeah, we're going to see it. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what everyone's wearing. But yeah, X Factor as a series, you've absolutely got to get it. It's absolutely superb. It's one of the best X-Men books of the whole line in this whole Krakoan era. So like, it's a highlight of my week, of my pull list. Get it, X Factor. So yeah, that's all my big highlights this week. Like I said, I didn't read many. There were other things which were good, but like nothing which really sort of wowed me the way those three did. Far Sector, like I say, just being one of the best written science fictions out there. I'd say not just science fiction comics. I actually said earlier it's the best science fiction comics. It's just the best science fiction. It's superb. It's very modern. Then you got X Factor, which like I say is filled with so much heart, but you can really feel it through the pages. And Future State Wonder Woman, like I say, for all my qualms about how this character's generation occurred and like where it's going and what's happening, I'm interested. I'm utterly invested. Like, she's fantastic. That takes a really good writer and artist to do that in comic books. So like, I'm invested. I want more. That's what you want in comics. It's undoubtedly what DC want, and probably Warner Brothers too. Yeah, I would say there's definitely things I would hope for in the future. So like I said, we'll see. But yeah, these were 3 books which just blew me away. What are you reading? What would you like to see me review? Please leave a comment. If you like the video, please give me a like. And of course, subscribe, and hopefully I'll keep up to date with these a little bit better. But as I say, I am also very busy this month with a Kickstarter for the Miracles, which I will probably be doing an FAQ video on shortly. So like I said, it'll probably be a video more specific to that. Is currently the teaser and the Kickstarter video on the page, so feel free to check those out too. And obviously please follow the links and support, because I really need all the support I can get. It's a book which means an awful lot to me. I'm very excited for it. I have an incredible team on it who are all pouring our heart and soul into it. So like I say, I think it's going to be great. I really love it if you could back it and read it. So yeah, that's me. That's Joe Glass Comics for this week. I will read more comics. I will make more videos as I can, and I will continue to play with eyeshadow and fashion and show you how fabulous I can be while I do these little video things. So yeah, if you do enjoy them, do please subscribe so that you can never miss a single video, and give me a like and a comment on anything, and it's a big help. So yeah, love you, bye.